I was on a live stream and it came to my attention as someone came in and dropped in the chat that Ben Shapiro featured me on his show. So I wanted to do a live reaction because I have some thoughts. So let's take a gander and see what old Ben's got to say about my TikTok. Ooh. He's doing the commercial for pearl necklaces. I should be so lucky to have sponsors. I don't.
White TikTokers, content creators, listen up.
I love
this. You want to know
one.
how to make the biggest impact?
This is one of my favorites.
An impact on the world? This is your advice. Follow as many creators of color as you can find. Follow them all. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which group.
Hero music.
If they don't look like you, if they don't believe like you, if
Look
they're
at
not
him.
the same face
He's
as
smoldering
you,
at me.
follow them.
Like a hero.
Listen to them.
Yes.
Go into their lives.
So creepy.
Listen to them talk. Listen to their guests. Go into their comments. Read the comments. Read them all.
Read every comment.
And resist the urge, that drive, to put your 2 cents in. Please. Don't put your opinion. Just listen. Read.
Does he hate me or want to fuck me? We know.
That guy's white. Like, really white. Like, so white, there's a picture of a mountain with trees on it in the background.
Holy shit!
I love the hero music. And like, if you just heard that music in the background to a video, you would assume that it's somebody who's like rappelling off of a cliff, or maybe medevacing a wounded person, or maybe it's just an inspirational charity video and somebody's building a house for the homeless or something. But no, it's truly heroic, slightly overweight white man with a beard telling you that if you're a real hero, you will subscribe to some random black TikToker and read every comment. Read all of them. Read all of them. But never leave your own comment, because it's all about listening.
Wow.
To this white guy telling you to listen to black people, but he's a white guy, so why would I listen to him? Yeah, not all heroes wear capes.
I mean, okay. Obviously, he missed the entire point. And I get it, that, first of all, you used my content. As you can see here, he used my content and blurred out my watermark, my branded content watermark that I watermark all of my content with, which has got my link tree on it. And he used my content, my personality, my brand, and then blurred out the branded watermark. Ethically, that's an issue I'll discuss in another video on a TikTok. But my issue is that he completely missed the point of that entire TikTok. And look, there are a bunch of TikToks that I've got that you could put up and scorch if you're a conservative. Things that I say to blanket statements about Republicans. So I feel like it's, this is the thing that he's hanging his hat on. This one, where I'm trying to help. This whole video was a moment of me. It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I was sitting at my desk, kind of log-jammed on some other content, and I just had this idea, this thought, this thing that had occurred to me because I had opened my mind once I got onto TikTok. The floodgates opened of different communities that I wasn't a part of, and I started listening to those communities and getting different perspectives, and it just, it's been a really great several months. And so I wanted to share that experience and urge others to do that. And yeah, dramatic pause, because that's what I do, and I set it to music. By the way, the copyright release went through, so the creator of that song that I used on the TikTok allowed me to use it on YouTube. So I wanted to say thank you for that. The other side of it, this is the problematic part of going back and watching this.
That guy's white, like really white. Like, so white, there's a picture of a mountain with trees on it in the background. That guy's white, like really white. Like, so white, there's a picture of a mountain with trees on it in the background.
Now, wait a minute. I am white. I may act dumbfounded by it, but I am very white. Now, what about my message made Ben Shapiro decide that he would make it a race thing? Like, it was racial in tone, I suppose, but it was not racial. It was diversity. It was perspective. I wasn't talking necessarily about race. I was talking about broadening one's perspective through reaching out to communities unlike your own. Ben Shapiro needed to make it about my color, the pigment of my skin. That's weird.
Like so white, there's a picture of a mountain with trees on it in the background while he's talking.
Okay, so the other side of this, I have made a career here out of mocking people that watch Ben Shapiro, people who Ben Shapiro encourages to vote his way. Those are the people that I've mocked and looked down on for most of my life. And now he's racially dumped this stereotype. I am so white, I have mountains with trees in the background. And first of all, Benji, this is Tennessee. Those are at best rolling hills, and the mountains aren't really in the background. You know what I mean? Like that was literally a hill from a neighborhood. So your initial need to denigrate and stereotype based on some sort of geographical classist, I don't understand what that is. So you're asserting that people of color live in the cities? Oh, that's where you get your term urban, I suppose. And so what, all white people, really, really white people must live in where there's trees and mountains? What? Where do you live, Benji? Anyway, so that in and of itself is problematic. Let's keep going. I mean, just what is that? When you're trying to roast somebody, and take some lessons, I guess. When you're trying to roast somebody, you've got to look for something that's a little more close to home. You're picking on the background of my video and the color of my skin? Dude, you're low-hanging fruit. There's no creativity. Do you even have writers? How do you have any followers? Look, that is the most obvious perception. That's the observation of a 3-year-old. Ooh, look, Daddy, he's white. Ooh, look, Daddy, mountains and tweeds. I don't understand. I just, hacks make me angry. When I see famous people who are total untalented hacks, it bothers me. And Ben Shapiro is an untalented hack. Whomever is on his team should be fired.
I love the hero music. And if you just heard that music in the background to a video, you would assume that it's somebody who's repelled.
Okay, fair. I've never medevaced or helicarried anybody out of a dangerous situation. I have done some small, minor rock climbing. Most of mine was jumping out of planes, the daringness, and roller coasters too. I could imagine that music set to old videos of me skydiving. Now that would be fun to find if I could find any of those. And your last point here is sort of, man, I really think you really tried to hit a point here, but I think you made yourself look like an ass.
Or maybe it's just an inspirational charity video and somebody's building a house for the homeless.
Why do you care about the homeless? And since when do you care about the homeless? Since when have you participated in anything remotely for the homeless, other than probably calling them vermin? That's what makes me really angry. I can understand you making fun of the music, but you don't get to hang any hat other than exploitation on people building houses for homeless or doing charity, chump.
Truly heroic, slightly overweight white man with a beard, telling you that if you're a real hero, you will subscribe to some random black...
First of all, I'm not truly heroic. I just don't give a shit anymore. See, after your buddies decided to go after our Capitol on January 6th with your help, that sort of turned me away from any sense of civility or kindness towards conservatives. Start a war with me, Ben Shapiro. I dare you. Now, your words don't hurt me. Your words don't affect me. Your ideas of me being a very, very white, which is obvious, bearded, derf, slightly overweight guy. Now, first of all, let me give you two perspectives on that. You're sexually attracted to me because I can tell that, because there are several things that I know out of my life, and it's how to spot when a man wants to have sex with me. I know that look well. This isn't some sort of gay shaming or closet beating you out of or anything like that. It is me telling you I know the look you just gave me in that video. You can hide it from a lot of people. You can't hide it from me. So you said slightly overweight, and I know what I am when I step on the scales and I get out of the shower. It's probably not as good as you're imagining. But when I know that I am more than slightly overweight, then I know that you use those words deliberately, because you're not going to call me anything other than slightly overweight. Because if you called me what you really wanted to call me, you'd call me Papa Bear. And actually, you know that I look like and represent the biggest contingent of your fans and followers. Minus a few tattoos, probably, and a "don't tread on me" flag. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I look like the people that follow Ben Shapiro. I'm a white, straight-presenting, Christian-presenting, sometimes, unless I open my mouth, conservative-presenting male. I can pass in a parade. I can pass at a rally. And I look like your people. So when you look at me and you decide you want to body shame me and you want to say horrible things about me, the people in your little group, in your little circle, they say, you can't do that. You shouldn't call him what you're about to call him. You shouldn't say that about him. Why is that? Well, because that's your followers. And when you say that about him, they're going to be looking in a mirror and you're going to say that to them. Now, Ben Shapiro doesn't mind to body shame women. I can tell you from my understanding in the media, Ben Shapiro's target audience isn't women. Now, some creepy women who have some weird stalker SA fantasies, they may latch on to Ben Shapiro. But real, smart women, obviously, are going to be creeped out by the stalker, rapey you vibe. You can make fun of someone's appearance. I've spent most of my life making fun of people's appearances. It's a dark art, and it only leads to this vacant chasm in your soul. Plus, it's comedically low-hanging fruit, right? You know what I mean? It's the one-liner punch jabs that we've made fun of people for years and years and years. And there's no sense in repeating those. Some of us are coming to realize that those sorts of body-shaming, targeted attacks, while I can handle it, I'm a big boy, mental health, check good, but when you say those things to someone, Ben, and I'm appealing to you as a human being, not as a fascist traitor against our nation, not someone who can't please his wife, I need you to listen to me as a human being, as a man speaking to another man. Ben Shapiro, when you body shame people, I've had a very rough couple of months personally. Very rough. I can handle it. Mental health-wise, it's been a challenge. And I'm going to open up to you right now, Ben, because there's nothing you can use against me that I won't use against myself. The struggle is real, my friend. And I'm mentally healthy today to handle some dipshit conservative calling me slightly overweight, white, and with a beard. You can do better. I mean, honestly, you can do better roasting people. You can do better being a dick. You embarrassed yourself, and that's fine. You embarrass yourself all the time, apparently. I didn't realize because I never consumed your content until just now. So, but I'm going to appeal to you as a human being. When you aim low, when you go for the ugly personal attack on someone's looks, appearance, health, or otherwise, you're tearing open a chasm in your soul that you can't fill or feed. And sometimes it's almost impossible to sew that up and to seal it to where you can stop being that person. The more you give in to that level of dark, critical judgment of other people, the darker and more critical you become. And when you do that, your critical thinking starts to wither and die because you've disconnected your empathy, your compassion, and your humanity. That's sociopathic and it's narcissistic. I don't need to tell you that. I'm sure you're a smart enough guy. And I know it's all for entertainment value. I know you're as real as Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity and Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson and all the other fake media personalities who get out there and, they say one thing out of the corner of their mouths, but when they get called into court to justify what they said, no, we're entertainment. But there's power in your words. And there's a very high likelihood that you could come across someone in my situation who's had a rough couple of months, and you make a comment that just happens to, yes, I'll use the word, trigger them. And when that person is at their mental depths and then they are exposed on some conservative dipshit's channel who's calling them out for something that they're very sensitive about. Now, I'm not sensitive about my weight. I know what the fuck I've done. I like fried cheese. But not everybody is as strong as I can be. Not everybody has been through the things I've been through. And you know what? I'm not as strong as I can be sometimes. You never know what somebody's dealing with, Ben. You never know when your words, even in entertainment, even in the name of just getting views and reactions, you never know what that will do to somebody. Maybe they don't hurt themselves today. Maybe it's just one piece of the Jenga puzzle that you pull, and maybe it doesn't lead to this turn falling down, but maybe 3 or 4 turns from now. And Ben, if you don't feel the responsibility of that, you don't deserve your platform. I don't need to tell you from any moral high ground. I'm a piece of shit. The things I have said about other human beings in the past pale in comparison to anything you've probably said. And I'll have to atone for those, as I'm trying to. And whether in comedy or whether in personal conversations, I've been where you are, sir. I've dug out of that hole. And you can call it wokeism and you can call it whatever you want. But it sure as fuck feels better on this side than it ever did on your side. Yeah, I still slip sometimes. I still slip and make fun of people because of the way they look. I still slip into that as a reaction. It's a daily discipline. It's a daily discipline not to look at somebody who looks kind of skeletal with those sunken in cheeks and know that they've got them because all they've done is, and that's how you get those sunken in cheeks. And I could easily say that, or say, oh gosh, you look like Eddie Munster, or oh gosh, you look like that creepy guy from You if he was actually really a creepy stalker grapist. I could say that, oh my gosh, this guy looks like Damien, son of the devil. I could say all kinds of things if I wanted to denigrate someone on their looks. But we don't do that because it's unhealthy for our souls. Now, I hope you see this, and I hope you will probably mock this when you see it, and I don't care. I stand by my message. And I hope you do, actually. I hope you show this to your fucking followers. Bleep that out. Because your followers need this message more than anybody. See, you're formulating a cancer that you're selling to your followers, anyone who listens to you. When you start spewing that stuff, you have an opportunity to be positive and spread truth, be inspirational and motivational, make a difference, try to right the wrongs of your past a little bit and try to do some fucking good in this world, or you can try to make millions of dollars or whatever it is you make, because it's all for the money, Ben, and I know it and you know it. Nothing about you is genuine. Everything you do is for the money. And you can mock those of us who do this for free, because this ain't my job, baby doll. This takes away from my work, actually. But just like you, I am my brand. I am my livelihood. This is my job. Like it or not, whether I make money on doing these videos or TikToks or being on social media, doing a podcast, I do it for me because it has to be done. And you don't do it because it has to be done. You don't do it out of a calling, Ben. I know you don't, because you're a sellout. You do it for the money. You do it for the prestige. Every day I get on TikTok, I'm shocked I have more followers. Somewhat disappointed that people agree with what I say. But I need to warn you, Ben Shapiro. I'm not going to stop calling each and every single Republican voter in this country a domestic terror threat. White supremacist, evangelical nationalist. I'm not going to stop calling them secessionists. I'm not going to stop calling them Confederates. I'm not going to stop calling them traitorous seditionists. I'm not going to stop. You picked the wrong video to mock, because that was one of the
And
nice
somebody's
ones.
building a house for the homeless or something. But no, it's a truly heroic, slightly overweight white man with a beard telling you that if you're a real hero, you will subscribe to some random black TikToker and read every comment. Read all of them. Read all of them.
You racist garbage pail. I said person of color, creators of color, people of color. Why do you think all people of color are black? Why do you think all people of color are black? That's why you need to listen to my message. That's why you needed to listen twice as much as you talk. There's a wide array of perspectives. Wide array. Man, typical Republican. All right, let's finish this up.
You will subscribe to some random black TikToker and read every comment. Read all of them. Read all of them. But never leave your own comment because it's all about listening.
He missed the point. Because he doesn't want to not leave a comment and just listen. Because when he just listens, he's wrong. And he knows he's wrong and he has to wallow in it. Because Ben Shapiro, you're not a dumb guy, are you? You didn't get where you are being
Your own
dumb.
comment, because it's all about listening. To this white guy telling you to listen to black people, but he's a white guy, so why would I listen to him?
Why would you listen to me, Ben? You would listen to me because I grew up in the rural South in a small Tennessee town, a racist small Tennessee town at a racist high school, graduating from a racist principal, racist teachers, racist community, racist church people, racist government, racist cops. I grew up, in fact, before that in a sundown town. My perspective here and why you should listen to me should be invaluable to a privileged prick like you. Why should you listen to me? You should listen to me because I've been there and done that. I was a Republican. I was a conservative. And I'm not anymore. And you probably should ask yourself why. You probably wouldn't understand that because everything gets handed to you on a silver platter. You've clearly never had to work for anything in your life. Ask your wife. I know that was low, but I too, sir, am a prick.
Yeah, not all heroes wear capes.
Now come after me. Give me your best shot, pal. I got no problem with you. I don't even know who you are, but I do know what you are. Why should you listen to me? Because I've been a Republican and I've come over to the progressive side because I understand a little bit more of history than you seem to understand. I understand a little bit more perspective than you understand. And beyond history and beyond legalities and all the different blah blahs that you may want to throw out there, I understand a thing or two about humanity, morality, a bigger sense of it than you're going to get out of a 2,000-year-old caveman scrawling book. Anyway, thanks for the engagement. Thanks for the promotion, man. I wish you would have tagged me and actually, given me the support, right? You're not going to do that. You don't have to. Because Ben Shapiro's Ben Shapiro. And once Ben Shapiro's made it, that's all that matters. So Ben Shapiro can then go and take other people's content, use that for his own means, his own furthering of his career to exploit their talents, their gifts, their content, and then blur out their branded watermark. You capitalist, Confederate, conservative stereotype. Have the day you deserve, sir. Indeed. Enjoy your pearl necklaces.
So why would I listen to him? Yeah, not all heroes wear capes.
Damn right, not all heroes wear capes. And I ain't no hero, pal. I'm just a guy that's fed up with people like you.